Good morning, my trainer club. We have Eevee Community Day coming up very soon to Pokemon Go this Saturday, and we want to know, why is everybody talking about walking their Eevee and what is the details behind that? I am going to make sure that you know every detail about walking, naming, and evolving your Eevee. So let's get down to it. Walk your Eevees in Pokemon Go, and I'm gonna tell you why. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go! All right, guys, so we are talking about walking our Eevees today. Why do we do it? What is the purpose and what makes it beneficial for us? So walking our Eevees, Umbreon and Espeon are the two potential Eevees right now that are virtually guaranteed to be able to be walked and turn into what you want them to. The Jolteon, the Vaporeon, and the Flareon are the Eevees that you are going to have to evolve for chance unless you have not used your naming trick yet. And the naming trick is just nicknaming them. For Vaporeon is Rainer, for Jolteon is Sparky, and for Flareon is Pyro. So if you have never done that before and you're a new player, you can go ahead and name an Eevee that. However, I will caution you to either do it with a very high IV or do it with a shiny, because you only get one chance to do that. So a lot of us rushed into that when we were young players and we did not get the potential one that we wanted. So we rushed into it. So if you haven't done the naming trick, now would be the time to save it. But for most everybody else, we have already done the naming trick. We have already used and abused that naming trick at least once and tried it again and thought it worked, but it didn't work. So what we are going to do is we are going to walk our buddies to get either an Umbreon or an Espeon. So here's how it works. You are going to set up Eevee as your buddy Pokemon. So setting up Eevee is going to allow you to then walk your Eevee. You have to walk this Eevee for 10 kilometers. And it has to be 10 kilometers. And it has to have been walked as your buddy for 10 kilometers. So once you do that, you're gonna wanna walk another Eevee if you wanna evolve more than one. Because you can evolve as many as you want, but you have to do this in this specific strategy, and it has to be done just like this. After you have walked your Eevee 10 kilometers, go ahead and put on another Eevee, and we are going to walk it again. So then we have our second Eevee walked, right? So now we have two Eevees walked. One can be an Umbreon, one can be an Espeon, but here's the thing. Espeon with the move Last Resort is one of the most effective DPS attackers during weather boosted conditions. So he is actually at the top DPS weather boosted conditions as an attacker during partly cloudy, and the reason it's partly cloudy is because his move gets boosted during partly cloudy conditions. Normal is boosted them. I know that he's psychic and he gets boosted during cloudy, but that doesn't have an effect on his actual move. So partly cloudy is when it is going to be. Now here is the trick. Once you have your Eevee stocked, because you should be walking your Eevees right now. Now is the time to start walking them, and then check before you take it off that each Eevee has been walked 10 kilometers as your buddy. If all of your Eevees have been walked 10 kilometers, what I'm gonna do, I am nicknaming them which Pokemon I want them to be. Because then I'm going to go in, I'm going to evolve these, and it doesn't have to be done during Community Day. So don't worry, because Pokemon Go has extended this evolution time all the way until Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, which also gives you the chance to, after Community Day, to go through and check to see if you've gotten any good Eevees, and then you can do this trick, but also it gives you the chance to go ahead and walk your shinies, right? So that's why they did that. So if you want to walk your shiny, make sure you get that Umbreon and Espeon, because this is the only way to do it, to walk it with this trick. And then, so after you've walked it during the daytime as your buddy, you're gonna have to take that Eevee that's been walked 10 kilometers, put it as your buddy, and then evolve it during the daytime in the game. So it may be nighttime during the actual outside, but if in the game it's daytime, it's going to be an Espeon. So it has to go from daytime to nighttime in the game if you're gonna want an Umbreon. And then Umbreon is going to be at nighttime. So this is key. The in-game picture has to be night to be an Umbreon during the evolution as your buddy, or during the daytime as your buddy. So it has to be evolved as your buddy. So during the day, you evolve it as your buddy. After it's walked 10 kilometers, it's going to turn into Espeon with Last Resort. And then also during nighttime, if you evolve it, it's going to be Umbreon. And I know some people ask me a question, it says, you know, you have to catch it during Community Day. What it didn't say about evolutions, because evolutions will turn into the last resort move unless they've changed it from the past, which I doubt. Eevee is the only thing during community day that will be caught and have last resort. So if it's an Eevee you already have and then you evolve it, the evolve will get the last resort, but that Eevee won't have last resort and you can't TM that Eevee to get last resort. So if you want an Eevee with last resort, that is the one that is going to have to be caught during community day. So this is just a little bit of clarification for you guys to get you back on track, to make sure that you get the most powerful Pokemon weather boosted in the game with last resort. This move is an absolute beast. You're going to want this. And then if you want shinies too, you can do that, but it's 10 kilometers, so it's a decent amount of walking. So we're gonna have to get busy after community day to be able to capitalize on this. So that is why if you have anything that you want to evolve right now, like 100% IV or a good IV that you're like, hey, for sure I need an Umbreon, for sure I need an Espeon with this move, right now is the time to walk it, get them pre-walked and ready to go so that everything you have is ready to go and walked, so that when you get that shiny, you can then go ahead and throw it on and walk it on Saturday and Sunday night, and then either evolve it on Saturday and Sunday night or evolve it on Sunday morning or Monday morning for the Espeon. But make sure the game is in light mode, because if it's in dark mode, it will go to an Umbreon. If it's in light mode, it will go to an Espeon. So that is why everybody's hyped about walking Eevees. That is what I suggest to do. I already have one walking right now. I'm going to walk at least 2 more because I want 2 Espeons and I want an Umbreon with this move, because it's the only time you're gonna get it, and these are the IVs that I have been saving for this, not really this purpose. I've had them saved up, but now is the time to capitalize on the moves that you will not get any more of. So you might as well start walking these now, get your Eevees prepped, have them named and ready to go. Wait until after community day starts. I wouldn't even worry about evolving them during the event. Just focus on catching shinies, because now we have time afterwards, and it would be really cool. Drop in the comments what you think about this, if they allowed us to evolve after community day, because during that 3-hour window we're really focused on the shinies. So having like a 1-hour leeway or a 2-hour leeway after the event, this is what I think would be awesome, in order to capitalize on being able to check our IVs, check our inventory, see which ones we want to evolve, and have more time when the shinies aren't there anymore and the pressure isn't on. So drop me in the comments, let me know. And then also, if you want to check out my other video on the full details of Eevee Community Day, do that. The other things I wanted to note: 1, clear your bag space. There's going to be a ton of Eevees being caught right now. And make sure to check the 100% IV chart. I will drop it in the comments of this video. Have that printed out, bring it around, share it around, and have people announce in your groups if you have 100% and where to find that 100%, so that everybody can get one and hopefully get a shiny 100%. So keep on grinding, playing. Let me know what you're most excited for Eevee Day. And if they announce that there is going to be a Glaceon or Leafeon, which they have not yet, which there is a big potential because they just announced a Spinda. Granted, it's not Gen 4, but this would be a great transition into Gen 4. So we are all expecting and anticipating, but we don't know yet. So that may be a last-minute surprise that happens on the day. We don't know, but what we do know is how to capitalize on this right now, and naming trick and walking your buddy Eevee right now is the way to do it. Thank you for tuning into the Trainer Club, guys. Get out there, start walking your Eevees. Let's capitalize on that last resort. Have some powerful Espeons, some awesome Umbreons, and everybody else in between.